Well, I've baled the crap out of these fields. Good little tractor. I'm so proud of my John Deere. We've really put this tractor to use, and good use. So we are going to collect these bales off the field. And first of all, though, we're going to work on our equipment. I'm going to fix up the baler. And we're going to get that all fixed up. All right, let's see what's going on here. Repair that. Yeah. $30. That's a replacement of string. Now, people have been saying that, you know, the maintenance fees are too high. But I want to point out, once again, I have a friend who is a grass farmer. He actually does a bunch of different farming. He owns a plantation of coconut trees in the Philippines. And then here in America, he has a company called Island Delights. And they are these delicious little coconut haystack candies. They bring that coconut back from the Philippines to the United States and turn it into candy and distribute it. He also owns a company that sells wood. He owns a couple forestry plots over there in the Philippines. So he spends 6 months there and 6 months here. But he also has acreage here, and he has a guy that takes care of the acreage, and they have an old case tractor that they run, and they bale and stuff. And he said, you know, it's not uncommon for him to spend anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000 a year in maintenance between the tractor and the equipment. So, I mean, honestly, we're at about that level. The tractor's maybe a little bit more, but it's not unrealistic for us to have these expenses to be repairing stuff, because, you know, stuff goes wrong and the tractor needs to be fixed. And especially with these older tractors, you have to find parts, like he said, you know, and I'm like, why don't you buy a new tractor? And he said, you know, it's cheaper for me to continue to use, you know, this vintage like 1970s tractor, even though it's hard to get parts, and sometimes I have to go to like Columbus or, you know, Indianapolis to get a part for this tractor. It's still much, much, much less expensive than buying new equipment. He said, you know, a new tractor is just so expensive, and the tractor that he has is, you know, it's a big tractor. It's a case. It's probably only like 200 horsepower, maybe less. It's one of those Case Pro Series tractors, but from the 70s, so even older than the ones that we have in the game. And like he said it's hard to get, make sure we got some room back here. Yeah, we're good. Even though it's hard to get parts, you know, that big tractor is fine for what they're doing. And he's like, I don't really need anything more than what this does. And why, when I could spend a couple $1,000 a year to keep it running, why would I spend $100,000 and be in debt? You know, like that just, you know, that's why we keep using the old tractor. So I thought that was interesting perspective. And you know, I thought I'd share that with you. But here we have our old John Deere. Now in the game, it is fun to buy new tractors. Part of the fun, of course, of Farm Sim is the equipment grind. Getting everything that you need to make the farm work. Now, once again, I know we haven't played a true hard mode yet. My American hard mode with my wife, it's really not that difficult because she's got some of the equipment, I've got some of the equipment, and we're sharing. So there, you know, and on this one, of course, we did the video game hunt. So we haven't really done a true hardcore series. I'll probably wait till one of these British maps comes out from like, I think Oxygen David is making one. I don't know. All these guys that are making these really cool looking maps that should be out in the next week or two. I know County Line is coming out. I don't think a starter map of $500,000 would be much fun on County Line because it's such a big map. But I could see a Euro map being like that, like an English map with smaller fields and kind of small-time farming. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying Farm Sim. I feel like things have kind of stabilized now. We seem to have a rhythm. We are going to try one more time on these fields to see if we can't get 100% yield by doing all the things that we're supposed to do to the field, and hopefully in the right order. Now, if we look right now, we got weeds, but we don't need to plow and we don't need to lime, so we're good there. So we should, after doing all the things that we're supposed to do, hopefully be able to get to 100%. And do it pretty easily. Oh, we're full. I was like, why isn't this stacking? All right, well. So I'm interested to see what happens there. This is funny how it falls out. It's like, but there we go. Nice huge bale. That's probably $2,000, maybe $1,000 worth of hay right there. Straw, I mean. Sorry. There's the next one. And this is, of course, going to take a while. I mean, we got a lot to pick up. But this accumulator works pretty quick. And so, and then we'll have to drive around with the forks and pick them up and put them on our trailer and deliver them. But that should be fun. It gives our mill time to produce some flour. And then hopefully by the end of next month, August, we'll be looking at the next round. Now we did, let's see, so if we grow oats, I need to look at the calendar once again. I think oats we plant in spring, right? That's the one. Oat gets planted in, March, April. So we're not even in a rush to get these fields turned until next year. Now, one thing we could do, to get one layer of fertilizer, we could plant grass. I don't know. I got to think, once again, I got to think about how to handle that. We used to do that on our Kloss farm, and it worked really well, actually, because you take the grass and it gives you 50% fertilization without having to put any fertilizer down. And it also, you can take the hay and sell it as a crop. And we could probably get, if I plant now, I could probably get at least 2 mowings out of it. We've already got all the equipment we need to do it, aside from the tedder and the mower, and we can get those cheap. I can get we can pick up a mower pretty inexpensively. I said inexpensive. We could pick up a mower pretty inexpensively. Explain. There we go. Lucy. I'm not making fun. I am half Spanish. Don't forget. Well, half Mexican. Actually, quarter Mexican, quarter Spanish. And then the rest of me. Like, I don't have any of the culture, though. Unfortunately, my parents were divorced when I was young. My dad moved back to California. But I was actually born Arturo. I was not born Arthur. Now, my name has been legally changed since. My mom had it when she got divorced. She had it changed, but... And I think... I don't know, my father's passed away in the last couple of years. I don't know for sure, though. My wife, that's as far as she could find on Ancestry. She's like, I think he passed away, he was 64. All right. So this is the exciting part. And if we go with a producing hay, this will... Once again, though, and then we plow it under in the spring and plant our oats, and we'll get a double crop out of this field. In real life, that's probably not great for the field to be like dual purposed like that, but we are gonna do probably one more time. We are gonna do the stubble remover on the field before I plant grass. But that's probably the last time I'll do that. I just want to see if I can get those extra percentages. I think Giants is, once again, I don't think they're even sure like what the formula is, because they say 5% for stubble removal and 5% for rolling after you plant. But then they go on to say that it's a total of 5%. So is that 2.5% for each of those? You know, once again, Osa, I'm sure he'll comment again. Look out for Neil's comments because he has a lot of good information. Like, go back, if you want to know exactly how it works, go back through my series and through this series and look at Neil's comments because Osa gives great comments and he does a lot of testing to see how this stuff works. So be sure to check out his comments, and I will also read them again. I actually, a little secret about my channel, I actually look at Osa's comments oftentimes when I'm trying to figure out how to do tutorials to give you the best information because he's usually dead on. And Osa's also a big rail fan. Now, I've had lunch with Osa before. He's a great guy. He hails from the north of me, but he does have family south of me, so occasionally he passes through. And this is open again, Neil. Let me know if you ever pass through the area again. It's Neil again. His name's Osa in game, but the comments will be from Neil Harbot, I think is Harbot. I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name, but anyway, he's originally from England, and then met his wife here in the United States when he was here working, and they got married and moved here, and I think that's really cool because, you know, Moni and I went through the similar process. So anyway, he's been a good help there also. So anyway, Neil, if you're passing through, please let me know. I'd love to have lunch with you again. I'll buy this time, and we'll get together and have some lunch. And if I'm up in Michigan, I'll let you know. Oops. I should let him. Never mind. Anyway, so moving right along. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series that Mr. Mike and I are doing on the railroad. We are having a lot of fun. Check out those videos. We're testing out a new game called Railroads Online. It is a lot of fun. And we just got the largest engine, though the video for that hasn't come out yet. I've got 2 more videos I have to put together for that. And then we'll release that. But there's at least 1 more video coming out. I'm going to do some editing and kind of shorten it down because we made a really long video, like 4 hours long, and I cut it, but I didn't edit it all, and I think it's a little too long. So, but we were doing double headers, which was a lot of fun. We have 2 little engines that we run, and I couldn't get an 8-car train, a loaded 8-car train out of the valley. Well, we hooked up 2 of the engines and did a double header just like they did back in the olden days, and Mr. Micah ran one engine and I ran the other, and we were able to get the train up out of the valley with a full load. So be sure to check that video out. It was really cool. That's already up there. And but check out the Railroads Online series. I think if you like me and you like Mr. Micah, you're going to have fun watching the video. Like, we have a good time together. Mr. Micah is a great co-host. He has really been a good co-host, and he's available during the day when I record. So, but he's just a really nice guy, great guy. I don't think there's anybody here that would disagree with that. He's an amazing guy. And, you know, Tayloa, he's been great, and Kyle and Carp and Long Hauler. And we have a really great crew of guys that come on here and play. JC, Pedro, Maverick. You know, over the years, these guys have really, you know, stepped up and been part of the channel and been a lot of help. And I definitely am thankful for them. It's funny how you can make lifelong friends on playing stupid video games, you know. But I know, you know, I've had a lunch with a lot of them, and you know, Will comes in studio. That's great. I love when Will comes over, and he's hopefully coming through town again here soon. So he's working the railroads. For those of you guys that have met Will before, we call him Big City. Big City goes to, I think he works for Southern. You have to, if you're watching, Will, make sure you put in the comments, you know, like who you work for. I can't remember the railway that he works for. I think it'd be Norfolk Southern, but no, you know what? It's not. It's not Norfolk Southern. Gosh. Well, I'll let him put that in the comments. But Will is he's been around for a long time, and he comes up, and we we've had lots of cookouts here. He was trying to come up for my birthday, but he ended up getting stuck down there. They had an equipment delay, and he couldn't get up here in time, so that sucked. But probably good anyway, because I got sick a couple days later, so I probably would have given him COVID if he had been here. So, all right, folks, I am going to go ahead and get this rest of the way done. Obviously, I've showed you, this whole field, and once we're done, we have to pick these up, but this is a little bit more manual labor than the big bales, but it's a lot less expensive. The whole kit, I think, was 40, I think, 50,000, maybe. It might have been 60,000. I think it was 40 for this, and then 20 for the baler, 22 for the baler, or something like that. Get in. What are you doing? All right, so I'll be back, folks. See you in just a minute. And here we have the picking up. I've saved it just for you of the last bale. It's the last bale. That's supposed to be the last unicorn. It was really bad. By a band called America from England. Yes, they were from England. Okay, so, or Sweden? I think America. I think they're from England. I can't. I was watching a video yesterday of buses, like, falling off cliffs, and then, like, they call it, like, buses on crazy roads or something like that. Of course, around the world, some of the roads aren't up to standard. And there was a shot of this bus coming up this really curvy corner in the snow, and I was like, wait a minute, that's Saltburn. That's like where my wife used to live. And what was funny was it was actually a bus that we ride when we go to Saltburn from her house, like when we were over in England. And she, $1,500, yikes. The bus, it was the bus, the X4, that runs from Middlesbrough. Well, it says Middlesbrough. I think it runs from Middlesbrough to Dormanstown, where we picked it up, and then it continues on to through to Saltburn. And I thought it was really cool. I was like, oh my gosh, I've been there. So I thought that was pretty neat. Thank you, YouTube, for that great moment. Remembering what it was like in England. I feel bad for those bus drivers, man. They have some. England's like really hilly and curvy. Like Jeremy Clarkson one time said on Top Gear, he was like, or on Grand Tour, he's like, America's roads are boring. They're all straight. And I'm like, no, they're not. And then I went to England, and I'm like, now I see why he says that, because English roads are really curvy. It's not that America's roads are so straight, though they are straighter. But England's roads are just really curvy. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is grab our bale grabber. And we are going to need the weight, but unfortunately I can't. This is where a second tractor really would come in handy, like even a small one. I hate to spend money on more equipment. Whoa! Well, I got to put that away later. We tried the little, like, the Zeta, but it was too small. But I'm thinking about it. We'll see. Unfortunately, if we want to stick with John Deere, we're talking a lot of money, because John Deere does not make a small, cheap tractor. They make some small tractors, but they are expensive. Anyway, I'm going to come out here and pop this down, and then go back and get the weight, and we will. Let me see if I need the weight. Hang on, let's check. We could put wheel weights on the wheels too, but this tractor might be heavy enough that we don't need it. Now, the only thing I don't like, if you guys have used this at all, I don't really like the way that these grabbers pick up the bale. It's a little loose. It's not like perfect, but like they almost over squeeze it. I guess we're okay. I'm getting a call from potential spam. Should I answer it? Nah. We'll see how many of these I can get on here. I promise I will not make the whole video of me loading this trailer. We're going to load a couple on here and see. I'm thinking if I stack them too high, like the number 2 high, that should be enough. And that looks about right. There we go. Look at that. Nice job. Push that on a little bit. There we go. We might even be able to get 3 high on there, and I'm going to belt it down just to make sure, because that's nice and straight. I'd rather keep that. So I'm going to end up bonking it. This will take some time, so I'm not planning on recording all of me doing these. It takes time. The little birdies in France are tweeting. You know, you see guys stack. Whoa. I mean, I can see putting some wheel weights on the back here. Pardon me. No. Yeah, no, maybe right about there. Ooh. Look at the lovely stacking job. Now the problem's going to be getting one next to it now. I'm going to have to drop it from above because these aren't going to be perfect, but I might even be able to do 3. We could probably do 3 high. The nice thing about that trailer is that it sits pretty low to the ground. But let's go ahead and pop some weights on the back wheels there. Oh, all over the place. And we're going to customize this tractor. Shoot. No. No. Maybe this one doesn't get rear weights. Nope. Wow. Wow, so this tractor apparently is too old to have wheel weights. Interesting. Okay, well, it is what it is. We'll just put this weight back on while we load it because it'll take us a couple turns to load the trailer. But maybe it is time to expand out a little bit and get another. Let's take a look and see. Anything for sale? No. Forging equipment, because that's what we needed. Well, planter. I'm probably not going to do it, but these tractors are just too small. The Rigitrack, that's 50. Zetter makes a major CL, 75 horsepower, that's 4250, and Massey Ferguson is 43,000. That might work. I hate to spend money on a tractor. Man, you guys know. I mean, it's like, this is like... What else could we use it for? It's got to be practical, you know. I love the Nokian tires, but... We could use this as a spray tractor because I think it has narrow, yeah. It has narrow tires and they're not expensive. Just get it with a front weight. But we could use this for our spraying and like fertilizing. Could have wide tires and what's the standard? Standard 0. Wide. I like the way the Michelin's look better. Midas, Verdestein. There's so many different options. The tires are out of control on this game. And then we could also get for $250 extra, we could get the narrow tires, which we'll use to spray. So this could be our sprayer tractor. But that's $43,000. That does not leave us much money for a mower. Dang it. I think we're just going to have to deal with it. I don't want to. Later. We don't need it. I want it, but we don't need it. So we'll just continue to do this and use our John Deere as an all-purpose tractor. There's no need to spend $50,000 on a tractor. If I was going to, I would get that major CL because it's a little tractor, but it has enough power and it's big enough that it can be useful. My problem with the rigid track is that it's just too small. I could say going one level up to the next Zetter tractor because you can get arms on it, I think, on the next one. I really like the Zetter stuff. There we go. And that weight's enough to keep us balanced here, so. Oh, what was that? It like whipped. There we go. Boop. Yeah, that works just perfect. See how nicely that goes? And we're going to fasten it. Yeah, perfect bale stacking from Arthur. Let's see how the next row goes. We won't do all of them, but I'm going to put this one on, and then I'll go ahead and load the wagon up, and then we'll go sell it and see how much we get. I'm going to assume, I don't know how much. I mean, this is a decent amount of bales. Like, there's a lot of bales here, so. We'll see. Not bad. And then we're just going to use that to push it into place because I don't think there's any way to get them exact. And then we'll fasten that where it's at. And see, now here's something we couldn't do if we had a tractor hooked onto the front of this. I couldn't push these, so. It seems like I can't do it anyway. Oh, no, there we go. All right. Perfect. I'm really good at this. Your favorite thing, stacking in France. Yes, everybody loves to. Oh, shoes and socks. This is where, okay, so like once again, a smaller tractor, though I can't, you know what? If I had a smaller tractor with arms, I still don't think that this would work well because that would be too light. And then the bales would tip it over, so I don't know. There we go. That's good. Nice and clean. That's about as accurate as we're going to get with this tractor and its stinky transmission. Boom. There we go. Lockdown. Not perfectly straight, but it's good. Good enough for government work. I'm going to go ahead and clear the rest of the field of bales. I'll come back to you when the wagon is full, so we will return momentarily. Well, isn't this special? I don't think I can fit any more on there. But that's, I think, probably as many as I can fit on there. Does that make sense? Double entendre. That's, I don't, and even if, like I'm saying, like even if I put them the other way, I don't think I could fit more. I mean, maybe you could get, I'll try it the other way next time. We'll see. I might be able to fit them going the other way in stacks, but I don't know how I'd load them on there, but we'll see. Anyway, there is our full load, 88,000 liters of straw. That's a lot of straw. Actually, a smaller tractor may not be able to pull that. Like, this is a pretty heavy load. We don't have to go too far. Hold on 1 second, folks. I got to take this phone call. That was bizarre. Got a call from my mortgage place, and they said nothing. There was nobody there. Okay. A little unnerving. Let's go ahead. I'll call them after we're done recording here. But anyway, I'm going to go to unload this at the animal facility. And we can swing by our mill today to see how things are going down there. It's only been a couple hours, I think, since we dropped the harvest off. So I don't anticipate that there's going to be too much going on down there. But you son of a biscuit. All right, go ahead. But let's see if straw, let's take a look real quick. I need to look actually at our marketplace. We're selling this anyway, but I'm going to see if it's going to be worth doing grass. I can't imagine it not being, because eventually it'll pay for itself, but I want to see market price-wise, like what we're getting for hay and straw. Obviously, if we staved it till winter, it'd be worth more, but then again, it would also, I don't have any facility to store it in, so that'd be a bad idea. And we do have a car behind us, but they can wait. I'm going to pull off here to the side. And we are going to put the hazards on and take a real quick look at the marketplace and see here. Straw is worth $30. Hay is worth $50. Actually, hay is worth more. Oh, but you got to take it. Yeah, the livestock market. Yeah. And the prices are down right now, so that I'm not surprised by that. Let's look at the price fluctuations. Of course, they're the highest in January, lowest right now. But if we do a mowing in like October, we could get a pretty high price of hay, and it's worth more than the straw. So let's see how much we make from our straw in total, and I'll start the next video with the total, but we'll know that we have probably at least four of these wagon loads off the fields. And let's see how it goes. It's not going to be a lot of money. I mean, I know that now. It's probably, I'm hoping maybe there's $2,000 of straw in here, but there may not be. I don't know. The market's pretty low. Hey, look, we got before this evening, we'll have our first load of flour going up, so that's good. That's good. Going to the bakery. And I think we just drive over here and it should deposit it automatically. Nope. No, put the wagon down. Lower the wagon. Odd. This is not selling. There it goes. Yeah, don't strap it. Oh, good. It was more than I thought. So $3,200 roughly. And we have several more trailers full. So, yeah, it definitely will be worth doing the grass because it's going to cost us about that to plant the grass. And so with one trailer full, we'll make back, whoa, what it cost us to plant the grass. And then with the being free fertilizer, and we'll make even more than that, that's definitely going to be worthwhile. So I would say that we're going to definitely do that route and make a little bit of extra money. If we could make silage bales, that'd be even more fruitful. But I don't think you can wrap those 14 stacks. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Okay, guys, I am going to head back to the farm. I will see you in the next episode, because we are at a full episode here. So, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this. I'm going to go ahead and sell the rest of the bales off, and in the next episode, we'll start turning the fields and getting ready to do our next round, which will be grass planting, and that'll take us through early next year when we will cultivate and put down our crop. So, see you in just a few moments. Bye. Well, in a few days, at moments, episodes, whatever. Love you guys. See you next time. Have a great night. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up, voice help. Goodbye.